G'day everyone's SDS SuperCoach providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present my Round Zero AFL SuperCoach 2024 team reveal. Now that's why I say Round Zero, because this team is far from complete, but this is the squad I'll be heading into the Round Zero matches. So I feel like the Round Zero games are going to feel like glorified preseason games, but I feel like there's a lot of players here that I feel pretty confident in picking, but there's a few little nooks and crannies that still need to be adjusted with this team, but I didn't want to adjust it too much. So this is just what we're going to head in. We'll get information from round zero and then we'll reassess. So, one thing I've wanted to work on this preseason with my Supercoach team is trying to be a stubborn bastard where if I've been interested in this bloke the whole preseason, I still want to go with him. I'll add in new blokes if there's really good roles or really good opportunities. But the blokes that I've been pretty confident on the whole preseason, I want to be picking these blokes. So, and if it doesn't work out, then whatever. I tried to base it not too much on preseason this year, but see how we go. The round zero games will probably change things up anyway. All right, starting. Oof. You know what? We'll spice it up. Actually, no. Oh, no. Let's spice it up this year. We're going to start in the forward line. I'm going to pick my forward line. A lot of people are going to think Luke Jackson now with the Sean Darcy injury. But for now, I'm still going to go with Zach Fisher. Now, Zach Fisher, I don't really like picking blokes that have been getting injured here and there during preseason. But just that role's too good to pass up on Fisher. You know, that does mean I've moved on from Flanders, but I think with Sam Flanders, don't rule. I'm not, no way, shape, or form ruling out Sam Flanders. There could be every chance he gets 50 to 60% CBAs come Saturday against the Tigers, and the Tigers midfield is pretty easy. We haven't seen it this year, but from previous years, they've been a pretty easy team to score against in the midfield. If he gets moved back into that, we're going to have to adjust. But for now, we can't fit Flanders in, so we're going with Fisher. Now, regarding Luke Jackson, I'm pretty sure personally, actually, I prefer Jackson over Flanders at the minute. But I will still prepare if I need to bring in Flanders before round one. But with Jackson, I just need to hear Sean Darcy's timeline. We've still got a week of information to hear out what's going on with Sean Darcy. If he's out for longer than a month, then I'll probably pick him. I'll probably pick Luke Jackson just because of the DPP, the DPP, the goodbye. But my main worry, like I wasn't hot at all on the Luke Jackson pick purely because of Sean Darcy, and I still stand by that. But Luke Jackson is F1 if Darcy is injured. If he's the solo ruck, he is a great option. So look, we're just gonna let the water go under the bridge for the time being with the Jackson pick. I'm gonna go with Nat Fyfe at F2. I think playing inside midfield hasn't had any issues over the preseason. I think I've seen enough to where I can go, yeah. Unless there's any setbacks, I think I'll be going with this bloke. James Jordan's number 3. I mean, I'm recording this just after the teams came out for Sydney, Melbourne. He's named right in the guts. And yeah, I'd be very surprised if I don't end up going with this bloke. I've been hot on him all preseason, so I'm very happy to have Jordan in, that's for sure. Jack Billings, I've got in there as well. So 243K. Now, once again, I've really liked Billings over the preseason. I think there has been a hamstring issue, but won't worry about that. I mean, we're picking Fisher for crying out loud. So, yeah, we're going to go with Billings. He's had previous history of scoring very well in a half forward role. So I'm pretty confident on that. New club, new ambition, that sort of thing. So pretty happy with having Billings there. Next, we're going to go with Harley Reid. I know everyone was a bit nervous about him about this time last week, but I think he reassured everyone that he is still a perfectly fine pick. I think the role's there, and you just back it. They're going to try to feed the bloke as easy as in the best way possible because they want this bloke staying here for the next 15 years, becoming a superstar. So they're going to feed him the ball. They're going to ease him into AFL level. But yeah, I think he's too talented not to pick him. Then we're going to go with Alex Sexton. Too good off halfback to where I go, nah, I got to pick him. So I don't think he's ever played halfback in his life. And now his game against the Giants was pretty flawless. Like, he was sensational. 125 SuperCoach, and it's just, yeah, get him on field. Yeah, he's just a good pick. F7, we're going to go with Darcy Wilson. Obviously played magnificently against North Melbourne, but I mean, yeah, I think from the get-go, ever since he got drafted, I've been pretty keen. I mean, it sounds like that he's going to play round one, and now he definitely is. So, yeah, Darcy Wilson, probably a bloke I'd like to have on the bench. I feel like it was a little bit of an outlier last week against North Melbourne. So I think this type of role that he's got, this half forward first year player, I'd rather have on the bench. I think there's a chance he could be a slow burn. Now, I'm tossing and turning between F8, and I probably should have adjusted this before I started recording. It's either Cadman, who I like, second year, second preseason, looks like he's going to play forward. He's going to be another slow burn, but he's looking a lot fitter, a lot better, number one pick. But the other one that's tempting me is Josh Shackey, now that he might be the backup ruck at Melbourne. So that does tempt me a fair bit, but we'll stick to the script. We'll go with Cadman, but we'll see how Shackey goes tomorrow night. But it wouldn't surprise me if I end up switching Cadman to Shackey. Now we go into the rucks. Now I'm still going tried and true, Gawn and Grundy, and then I'm going to chuck Naismith there. Gawn, we saw her against Carlton. Are you really going to bet against this man? Brave man if you are, but yeah, solo ruck. We see how dangerous he is. Like, the thing is with best 18 now, it's more important. It's so important now to get blokes with massive ceilings. Because blokes like Gawn can just kill people that if they don't have him. But it's not going to kill many people. He's already in 61% of teams. Brody Grundy, no Peter Laddams in the team like I thought. So I'm still pretty confident with this man. Like, even last season when Gawn was injured, Grundy was still scoring really good scores, and he's in the prime of his career. Obviously, maybe not the prime as a player, but I don't think he's even 30 yet. So yeah, I like the Grundy pick. The only way I wouldn't go Grundy is if actually I don't want to spoil it. I'll wait till I get to the midfield. But yeah, I've been holding him in all preseason. Most people have. I'm just going to go with it. And Sam Naismith, he's playing this week against Gold Coast. Even if he gets dropped against Carlton, I think we're going to go with this man just because he's the closest to play. He is playing. He's a cheap ruck. And there's a good chance he can make some pretty solid cash in if he can stay in the side and be solo ruck, but it's no guarantee with Nate Curvis. Coming back whenever. All right, let's move into the midfield. This is where it gets interesting. Now, I did say heading into this that I want to be picking blokes I know that I've wanted to pick all preseason and follow and stick to my instincts with like how I wanted to do Supercoach this year. But I'm breaking that with this player for the time being. We're going with Bontempelli. I've barely had him in all preseason, so I feel like this is a bit of a mistake, but because I feel like you should just back your blokes unless the role is god awful. But we'll see what the scenario is with with Sean Darcy, because I could see a world where I flip Bont to Luke Jackson and move some other coin elsewhere. Have 11 premiums plus Fisher, and yeah, just not have Bontempelli. I'd move Reid into the midfield, that sort of thing. But I've gone Bontempelli. He's in the prime of his career. I'm just trying to think of the positives with this bloke. But I did say I didn't want to pick anyone above 650, but we've got him in for now. He's in the prime of his career, untaggable just about, it's going to be pretty hard. I mean, I'm still not fully sold on picking Bontempelli because I know I want to stick to what I've been preaching to myself all preseason and sticking with your instincts. And I've barely picked Bontempelli all preseason, but I've got him in now. So, but he's another captain option. Don't have to worry about death riding him, that sort of thing. Like 43% scares the shit out of me, but things can change. But we've got him in for now. Now, as I said, I mean, I know this Bontempelli pick was a bit of a me saying, oh, I've barely had this bloke all preseason. It's not what I'm following. But this is my pure stubbornness with the next two picks. I've still got Zach Butters and I've still got LDU. I've been hot on LDU all preseason and same with Zach Butters. Unless I hear any concerning reports from Port Adelaide about this ankle, I'll jump off the Butters pick. But for now, he's still in. I just need to hear more information. Like to me, it just sounds like a rolled ankle, and they just put him on the bench for the rest of the game because it's a preseason game. Like that's what I'm getting at. I feel like he's still a fantastic pick if he's fully healthy. So I've got him in for now. And yeah, as I said, in for now. Like this isn't the final team, but we're literally heading into AFL Premiership, uh, AFL Premiership points games here. So, yeah, we're literally not far away at all. But I've got Zach Butters in for now. LDU, I thought the role was still there. It was there. Like 79% CBAs. Like, that's good. So I'm more concerned about Butters than I am LDU. Now, LDU played awfully. He did play awfully. But as I said, I want to stick to I don't want a preseason game to dictate someone I've been really hot on the whole preseason in a bad way. Like in a good way makes sense. Like Zach Fisher, for example. Are you really going to pass up on that? But LDU, it's different because the role's still there. Last season he scored terribly in preseason as well. I think I'm going to stick with it. And if it bites me on the ass, then hey, I mean, I just try to stick to my instincts here. But we've gone LDU. There's more of a chance I'll stick with LDU than I am Butters because we don't know if the AFL app says anything about Butters being a test for this week, I'll jump off. But if he's fully healthy, fully fine, that sort of thing, then yeah, stick with Butters. I feel like this is going on forever. I need to adjust the speed here. Nick Martin, I've got here at M4. Got this really juicy halfback role. Pretty hard to say no to. Oh yeah, that was the one thing I was going to mention with Grundy. The only way I'd probably take Grundy out of my side is to bring in Errol Goulden. Just so I can balance out the buys. Because I remember I did say that Errol Goulden was a trap about a month ago in my traps video with SuperCoach Pro. Please don't think that he's a trap now. He's definitely not. He's going to go bonkers, and I'm going to hate being a non-owner unless Grundy does terribly or I want to switch up my formula, that sort of thing. But we got Nick Martin in anyway. Back to Nick Martin. He's going to become a defender and very likely become a top 8 candidate. So we're going to go with Nick Martin. The backline's to himself. Lovely jubbly. We're going to go with Matt Crouch here. I'm not fully locked in on this pick, but I think he's a really good placeholder until his buy, and then we can flip to someone half decent. He's a good scorer. He's a really good scorer in the midfield. The one good thing about Crouch, there's a positive and a negative. If Adelaide start playing crap in the midfield, like Crouch, I feel like it's the one that gets sent straight back into the sandful. But the positive is that Crouch can't play anywhere else. He's going to purely be in the midfield. He's either midfield or the bench. Yeah, that might change. Maybe they might chuck him on a wing every now and then, but I'm pretty confident that he's just fully going to be midfield. Like Adelaide last year, their midfield didn't get worse when Crouch came in the last 6 rounds. Their midfield didn't get worse, so they stuck with him. Sounds like they're going to stick with him again. All right, up next we got Colby McKercher. Didn't play too great against the Saints, but I don't care. The role's still fantastic, and I'm backing him in. I know a lot of people are hot on Sanders. I still think McKercher will still be our best rookie. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of Harry Sheezel about him. Beautiful kick. Just didn't play great against the Saints. Now we got maybe my favourite top 10 draft pick in here. We got Riley Sanders. I've been hot on this kid from the get-go. Like, I really like what he does in the highlights before he got drafted. I think the Dogs are a good club. You've got Bontempelli, you've got Liberatore, you've got Treloar, you've got McRae to teach his craft. And I think he's going to be an outstanding rookie. And the Dogs have got an absolute ripper. And as a Hawk supporter, I really hope Nick Watson's good. Because this kid's an absolute jet. All right, we're gonna go with Henry Huswaite, M8. What my only Hawthorn player. But I feel like while Day's out, his return date's still yet to be confirmed. But I think I don't think Huswaite's similar to Crouch where he can't play anywhere else. He's purely midfield, and he looks really good in the midfield. So I'm pretty happy to pick Huswaite for now. And we'll see how it goes because he should be playing midfield. All right, at M9, I've got Matty Roberts. Now, he did get picked at the game against Melbourne. The role's pretty good from what I saw. Now, there was no Jake Lloyd in the preseason game last week, but he scored 101. What I really liked about him heading into the draft was that he's a good accumulator. And that's like a similar thing with Jordan. I know he's going to be playing a little bit of wing here and there, but he's a good accumulator of the ball. He knows how to get the ball. Sounds like a very similar thing to Matt Roberts and a good runner. Unless he doesn't get named round one, I'm picking Matt Roberts at M9, and it wouldn't surprise me if I switch if I switch Husway to the bench and put Roberts on. I really like him. Jeremy Sharp, still a mature age recruit for Freo on a wing with a good buy. Should play best 23. I'm a little bit not as confident now because they can run other guys through there. But I still think Sharp should get named. If he doesn't, we readjust. And then Jai Clark, looks like he's going to be playing quite a bit more midfield for the Cats with no Guthrie and a little bit of exposure for the young kid. Was injured a lot last year, and I think Geelong should have a very good prospect in Jai Clark. Let's move into the back line. Now, I feel like the back line for me is actually probably the most straightforward. Oh, no, besides the Rucks at the minute, probably just about the most straightforward line. So the midfield's the one that's giving me trouble. I'm really struggling in the midfield. Every other position I'm getting a good vibe at. But look, we're gonna go with Nick Dacos. Liked him from the get-go, as I said, about a lot of these players. So that's really sort of the theme here with Nick Dacos and some of my picks. I've just tried to stick with them. This could change. I'm not locking some of these guys in yet. But yeah, Nick Dacos. I know a lot of people thinking about, oh, I could get him after the bye and that sort of thing. But what's the plan after that? All right, he scores 40 against Hawthorn. Finn McGuinness tags him. Round 5 bye. Okay. Round 6, then what do you do? Because he's just dropped in a bad score. Are you going to wait a couple of weeks, waiting for Nick Dacos to go down in price? Like, what's the overall? You're going to wait even longer to get Dacos in? Are you going to? I would rather not stress about that, so that's why I'm going Nick Dacos at the end of the day. Going Tom Stewart. I feel like the whole midfield talk during preseason was a load of bollocks, and I think Tom Stewart is definitely going to be a defender. Could he be a tag target? Yes, but we can't predict that stuff, so we just go with Tom Stewart, and he is going to be one of the best defenders once again. If at D3, I'm going Harry Sheezel. The role's really good. If he ends up switching out of halfback, then we readjust. But I think Sheezel off that halfback line's far too dangerous for me to go against, especially with the bye as well. As you can see, I've got a lot of North Melbourne players here, but I think that's a lot of teams, to be honest. So, yep, we're going with Sheezel. Love him, love him, love him a bit. And then Hayden Young, who's playing midfield. And yeah, there's no real discussion with that one. Like he's one of the most popular picks in SuperCoach currently. And is he? No, I feel like I'm talking out of my ass there. 43% should be a lot higher. He's going to kill it in the midfield, as we saw against Port Adelaide. No slouches, Port Adelaide. Still had 7 tackles and 2 goals, 3. So he's getting on the scoreboard a fair bit. He's not the pure inside midfielder, grit and grind midfielder. He's more your outsider. He's still in the stoppages, but he's more of an outside roamer, and then he can break clear. So I really like that with Hayden Young, and I think this is the correct move for Freo going down the line. Zach Williams is getting named against Brisbane. We're going to go with this for now. This is perfectly fine with Zach Williams. So we'll see how he pulls up round 0. But yeah, if Zach Williams wasn't playing, I wouldn't have picked him, and I probably would have adjusted my structure a bit. But he has been picked, and previous premium hasn't had the greatest of preseason, so I don't think he's going to be as good as people are thinking. But I'm perfectly fine with the pick. For me, Nick Coffield, still older player, former top 10 pick at the Dogs. I feel like he won't be the best scorer in the world, but I feel like he'll be a very solid rookie for us. Should definitely get to 150k here, and I think I'm pretty happy to field him for now. And the last two, we're going to go with Josh Gibcus, who's locked and loaded in that Richmond backline, and he just looks fantastic ever since coming back from that hamstring injury. And we're going to go with, sorry, pick my nose here. Zach Reid. We're going to go with Zach Reid right here. So we'll see how that goes. Like, he looks really good. Seems like they prefer him over Laverde. Former top 10 pick, former top 10 pick, former top 10 pick. You can see the pattern here. Obviously, 3 really talented rookies. I'm going to go with Caulfield on field for now. I think I'll just keep Reid on the bench and Gibcus. I think Reid's going to be a slow burn. And Gibcus, I'm very confident he should be a really good rookie as well. So, look, I think we'll leave it there, guys. Yeah, that's my team. As I said, there's plenty of adjustments that could be made. This ain't my final team, but this is my team heading into round 0. I'll leave it like this. Maybe besides swapping out Cadman for Shaki, I'll keep the side like this. I'll see Thursday, Friday, both Saturday games. Saturday's gonna be boiling, by the way, in Melbourne. So I'll just be watching the Suns Richmond game and Pies Giants game in my undies, watching. So with the fan on. So yeah, look, yeah, this is my team at the minute. 1 week to go. Sorry, 8 days to go until the Supercoach season starts. Pretty keen. Hope you guys are keen. The league should have been released. The SDS SuperCoach League should have been released by now, by the time I've uploaded this. So congratulations to anyone that jumped on. Unlucky to anyone that missed out. So there you go. Here's my team for now. Let me know in the comments down below on what you guys honestly think about this team. Am I too stubborn? Am I not taking preseason games well enough in this team? There's a lot of things that could change here, but I think I'm just going to be a stubborn bastard and stick with this team. Let me know what you guys think. And by the way, my starting teams the past few years have been dog shit. So I've got to change something up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. Still trying to get to 1,000 subs. Don't think we'll get there before round 1, but hopefully we can get there at some point during the year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Bye.